Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. This is a Kf&Jf podcast production.
Yes, sir.
This is the Table of Bethesda. I am Brandon.
I'm Sharon.
And I am Zane.
And
Salute.
today, episode 1, we're going to be talking about breaking the silence.
That's a big one. That's a heavy topic.
Breaking the silence, huh?
What does that mean to y'all?
I don't know, man.
What
You
does
tell
that
me.
mean?
You
What does
tell
that
me,
mean?
B.
What is breaking the silence? You know, since we're talking about men's mental health, I think breaking the silence on the things that have been locked up inside of us.
Shoot.
The things that, me personally, I'm a barber, right? So I don't know if you ever had any barbershop experience. I know you have because I'm personally your barber.
Exactly.
Right.
So-
Thank you very much.
So I know we have had plenty of conversations where we have broke the silence.
Of course.
Right? And it's not just you that I've had this. I've been a barber going on 16 years. And you'd be surprised at things that men will confess to their barber that they won't tell their woman. Like, I've had some deep, dark confessions, right? I've had men confessing crimes. I've had men that have confessed things that have been done to them. You know what I'm saying? Hurts. I've had, my chair has had probably more tears than hair.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
It gets deep sometimes.
Yeah.
It does.
It gets deep sometimes.
Because we go deep.
We do.
You know what I'm saying?
We
We have
definitely
some
do.
deep conversations sometimes.
We do. And that's what built the brotherhood that
Of
we
course.
have at this point,
Yep.
and allowed me to be on this podcast with you gentlemen.
Yeah, because it's being able to have those are safe spaces where most of the conversations, safe spaces are held in barbershops with their barber or people that you can trust with some of your deepest, darkest secrets or stuff that you wouldn't tell your so-called homeboys. You don't want to feel weak, which is crazy. You won't tell your homeboy, but you'll tell your barber.
You know what? If you're going to let somebody in your hair, that's a spiritual thing.
Yeah,
That's a spiritual
because
thing. That's a
it
spiritual
starts
thing.
at the top of the head.
It does.
Yes.
It does. We working from the crown on up.
Yes.
Right? The blessing started the head.
Yes, it
So
does.
let's just talk about that though. One of the things that allows men to open up is that they feel safe, and that's what this is about. That's what this place is about. That's why we're here at the Table of Bethesda, for you guys to open up and feel safe to talk about things that you wouldn't necessarily talk to your wife about, your kids about, your best friend about sometimes.
Right.
Right.
Because I'm sorry to cut you off, but you just may not feel like somebody else can relate.
That is facts.
You're not alone.
I wanted Sharon to just go in because, he came up with the name of the podcast.
He did.
Tell us what Table of Bethesda is, because that pertains to this.
The Table of Bethesda is out the Bible. It's the Table of Healing.
Right.
And it was, if you know the Bible, it was a pool that was a crippled man. God asked him how come he never entered the pool, because he said every time he got ready, he tried to enter, somebody pushed him out the way. He said every time the angel stirred the water in order for him to be healed, every time he got up to go in there, somebody pushed him out the way. So he never got a chance to get into the water where the water was stirred. So God told him, would he like to be healed? And he said yes. He told him to pick up his bed and walk. So this is that, to where healing starts with the forgiveness of yourself and believing in something bigger than you.
Right.
And that's where it starts at. For me, the topic is a good topic because for me, being able to break the silence of something that I have been through, as far as being on a suicide. I was at that point where I didn't want to live anymore. Like because life be lifing.
You say that.
Life be
Life.
And
Yeah, I need a shirt.
yeah. And I was at that point where life was lifing on me, where I had lost my job, having marital problems, just seeing like the world was on my shoulders, and I didn't have a place to turn to, and I just wanted to give up. Tried it 3 times. God woke me up all 3 times. I was kind of upset that I can laugh now. I'm mad at God because He woke me. Like, man, because I didn't want to be here. But once I realized that why He woke me, because I had something to do.
Right.
And this is what I had to do, being able to tell my story and give somebody else a testimony
Praise the
about suicide. Because, if you commit it, you're going to hell.
Right.
Not irregardless if you're religious or not. It's not something that you should do.
Right.
And what kept me out of the rabbit hole was I had a friend that, shout out to AB, she pulled me out the rabbit hole. I was at one of my lowest points, but she still pulled me out got me out the house. Like, nah, you coming out the house. Because you sit in that house, you're going to stay in the rabbit hole. Then also, shout out to my boy Zane. He pulled me out the rabbit hole too. I was in the rabbit hole. Being able to have friends that's going to hold you accountable. And that's what helped me, by God putting people in my life to where that was going to hold me accountable for my actions and the things that I was doing. Not that I was doing anything wrong. I just wasn't doing anything in the right direction. To where what helped me start going to church, but then I started serving in the church, in a local church that I go to, the View Church. Shout out to the View Church. And I started getting more involved into the church. And I stopped to where I started serving, going out making myself available to do stuff in the ministry, whether it was out helping somebody with their property, helping them do maintenance or whatever. And it helped me stop worrying about my problems. And I let God take care of my problems. So it was one of those, me testing my faith. You know, you can't say you got faith in God and you give him your problems and you pick them back up.
Right.
I used to be one of those. You know, I lay down at his feet and I want to pick it back up before I leave him. Like, since you're not gonna do nothing with it, I do it myself.
Oh, so you want a God? You want a God?
I want it instant.
You want an instant.
That's hard though.
Yeah.
I'm saying. I mean, you know, and you know, I know how on our last on the pilot, you know what I'm saying, the last episode we talked about, you know, just the choices.
Yeah.
Right. I'm saying, so it's like it's one of those things that how you kind of like realize that how, you know, like, yo, I got to make a different choice, you know what I'm saying, than what I was making.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, let's be honest. I'm saying growing up, you know what I mean, there was no such thing for a man to talk about mental health.
Right.
Oh, yeah, my mental health is bad. Or my mental health is off. Or, you know what I'm saying, like, my mind ain't right. You, what? Like...
Yeah. They laugh at you. Like, what you mean? Your mind
Especially in our community.
Yeah.
Especially
you know
in
what
our
I mean?
community.
Like, you know what I'm saying, in the minority community, you know what I'm saying, we don't know about that. Like,
No, we
you know
think
what
we
I'm
can whoop it out of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Or
Like,
get whooped out.
Yeah, get it whooped out of you. Yeah.
One way or another.
you know, like it wasn't, you know, like, yo, I just need to be tougher. I just need to be, you know what I'm saying, stronger. I need to do this. I need, and it's just, it takes away from allowing a person to, and you know what, like, before I say that, I am one of those people. I'm saying, because, like, I remember, and I ain't gonna say which daughter, but one of my daughters came to me and was like, Dad, you know, when she was growing up, she was young. I think she might have been like 12. And she was like, Dad, my mental health. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Where'd you even learn
Like,
that
where,
word?
yeah, like, what are you talking about mental health? You know what I'm saying? And I learned as time went on, I started asking questions, like, for myself, like, yo, like, my daughter says her mental health. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, because for me, like, I don't, like, somebody can't tell me that how, yo, you know, you just need to be better. You know what I'm saying? Or your mental health is off. Like, I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something how, you know, we as men and women, you know what I'm saying, need to learn what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, really what people go through. You know what I'm saying? So we just need to be supportive of each other.
Yeah, and that's what I like. My hat's always been off to you. Like, since we grew up together, so I always can reach out to him and have a conversation and not be judged. Like, hey, I'm dealing with it. Like, okay, all right. Yeah, he had to reel me back in, like, get me
Back
off
over here.
Yeah, get me off the ledge, you know. And it's just being able to have like real friends. You have people that you talk to, and this is where people mistake their friendship from people that you just socialize with.
Facts.
And it's like you mistake a friendship for somebody that you just know.
And with that being said, I know in the last episode we talked about what is a real one.
Yeah.
This is an example.
Yeah,
of a real
because
one.
your friend, he'll listen to your story, but then when you tell him you're getting ready to go do something stupid, he ain't gonna be like, "Oh, you wilding."
Are they gonna gas you up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna be, "Oh, you should, you
Yeah.
should," because it's like it's gonna be must see TV for them. Not somebody like, "Nah, you're not gonna do that," and tomorrow I'm gonna call you to see where you at with that, with, like, progress. Somebody's gonna hold you to like your actions because they know you better than your circumstance.
Yeah.
And it's the being able to, as people, we call too many people friends. and sometimes they're really just associates.
Facts.
And they're really just associates. So I learned to keep accountability circle.
Okay.
To where people are going to hold me accountable for the things that I'm doing.
So, because we know this was your brainchild. This is what the Lord placed on your heart. What do you plan on doing outside of the podcast? What is your goal with this to see?
My goal is to see where, because the suicide rate for men has went from 15% to 45%, and which is crazy, and it's, men go through it and I think that stems from the weight and stuff that we carry and not knowing how to deal with certain situations, and not being able to have a safe space or being able to have a conversation like that, to talk to somebody without being prejudged or being in our own head. Sometimes, like, the devil be busy. If he catch you, like I say, the idle mind is the devil's territory, they say. But if the devil can get you to section yourself off from people, and where you just relying on yourself, like he got you on the island by yourself. So only he gonna talk the negativity into you, like you ain't this, you ain't that, you will never be this.
And you're not strong enough to fight the devil yourself.
Right. He been here way longer than you, longer than the whole. We've been here when the foundation was created.
Not to mention, he's been watching you your whole life.
Right.
So he knows everything.
Right.
He knows all your weaknesses. He knows what you like. He knows that if I put a little woman that looks like this with a shape like this, he knows that I'm going to get your attention.
All the shiny stuff.
But, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? And just to elaborate, it's one of those things where, you have to know, like, at what point in time do you just turn up the heat on yourself? I'm saying that, and the reason why I say that is because, like, I'm saying, for me, I had to start making certain choices. I'm saying it was like, it's either I'm gonna go with God or I'm gonna go with the devil.
Get down or lay down.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm being completely honest, like, that's really what it boiled down to. Like, I know what the Bible say. I know what, I'm saying, I go to church, I hear what people say. This was when I was younger. I'm saying, I know what the pastor tells me how. You know what I mean? But I know what the world says also. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to get this bag. I'm trying to get to, nice house. I like the finer things in life or whatever. So as a man, we start to put that pressure on ourselves that how, I got kids, I got mortgage, I got this, I got, rent, I got car note, I got bills. Like, how am I going to take care of all this? I'm praying, God, I need you. I'm talking to you, but it feel like you're not listening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
that's what it be feeling like.
And you know what's so interesting about that is when you say you feel like God isn't listening, and what we do with God a lot of times, I feel like we tell God what we want, right? And then we expect him to do what we want, but then we always negate what he asked us for first.
No, absolutely.
And so one of the things that I always look at it like from the perspective of a parent, because we call God the Father because he's the Father, right? So if I'm going to do the essentials for my children, you know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that there is a roof over their head. I'm going to make sure that there's food in their belly. I'm going to make sure that they got their necessities. But when my child is doing what they're supposed to do, and we both know, all three of us know as fathers, when you see your child doing what they're supposed to be doing, you go above and beyond.
Right.
And see, thing is, we don't want our child just feeling like they can do whatever they want to do and still get the Nintendo Switch.
Right.
Right. But even as an adults and as Christians, we do the same thing to God. We want God to bless us now, do this, do now. And we know that deep down there's certain things that we're not doing that we're supposed to be doing.
That we should
We know there's certain things that we should be letting go of that we haven't let go of, right? And so I think when we say, God, you're not doing it quick enough, speaking on that, we're going to talk about that when we come back from break.
All right.
Let's go!
Welcome back to the Table of Bethesda.
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Question: when is it okay to admit that you're not okay?
That's a great question. That's
Is that a question for us, or you want to ask the?
That's a
the
question.
viewers?
That's a question for us to answer, but also we would like to hear back from the viewers because this is an
Yeah.
This is an interactive podcast, so we want to know. In
Yeah,
your-
leave it in
you
the
know,
comments,
yeah.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what y'all think about that question.
Yeah.
My bad.
I mean to step on no toes
Yeah, no.
and hit that subscribe button at the same time.
Jeez.
Like and comment.
So getting back to the topic, as far as breaking the silence, it's just I think for men, I think it's we don't do it because we don't want to seem weak. You know, to technically raise your hand and say I need help.
Yeah.
And I think at times that's being vulnerable as men. You know, it's hard to ask another man for help. You know, like, hey, I need help with this. You know, or can you? I think the hardest question is asking another man, can you show me how to be a man? Yeah, that's cool. That's what my son called it, crazy work. Yeah, right. So that would be like one of those things. But I think, to be honest, for a lot of men, it's we never had that. You know, the right direction on actually how to be a man. You know, we've just been told like, man up, be a man. You're like, I'm giving you my best right now. I don't know nothing else.
Yeah, okay. I think that's just a difficult, you know, conversation for most men that are struggling to have. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taught to not look weak.
Right, not to cry. Real men don't cry.
Yeah, you know.
Jesus wept.
He did.
You know, it's just one of those things where they look at us. We got so many people with eyes on what we do. Mm-hmm. Saying our significant others, our kids, family members. If you're the oldest, you know what I'm saying, younger siblings. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, as you get older, your parents.
Facts. Right. Facts.
So,
you know,
get that Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah, so it's the weight of it all can be very traumatic and very, I'm saying, hard for a lot of men. You know, to just, and a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we just be like, you know what, I'm just going with the motions. Yeah. Just going with the flow.
Just existing and not, you stop living.
Yeah,
because of the carry,
and that's the part that we wanna try to give them, our audience. I'm saying, a way in how to stop just living. You know what I mean? Seek help. To be honest, I got a therapist.
You too, man.
You know,
like, are you
and
really
it's not
living?
My barber.
It's not.
It's not my barber.
Okay, that's fine.
He said, you
my boy.
He said, you cheating on me? Telling somebody my story.
That's okay, as long as he don't put no clipper to your head, we
right.
good. You know, that's all I care about. But with that being said, you also have to have a circle.
Of course.
And you know, I just like the fact that you gentlemen are part of the circle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody. You know, if you can't find a therapist, find somebody.
You gotta have somebody you can speak to.
Yeah.
Reach out to us. I mean,
holla at me.
It's just one of those. Just reach out in the comments. With no judgment, none of that, because we don't know everything. We only can give you testimonies and stuff that we've been through. We ain't got all the answers, but I can tell you what I've been through and what helped me get to the position where I'm able to sit before you and be able to tell my testimony. I can tell you that. I mean, I go to a therapist. And my wife for years was like, oh, you need to see a therapist. I'm like, for what? Ain't nothing wrong with me. ain't crazy people go to therapists.
What they say, the first step towards a cure is admitting that you have a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing about it is that so while I was in therapy, right, I'm saying I'm going to be vulnerable right now.
Okay.
For the audience, for y'all.
Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm in therapy, right? For those, you guys know, but the audience doesn't know, former military, right? I'm saying, so
Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been, I've seen some things, right? And, you know, being in the military, it's, embrace the suck. You know what I'm saying? The U.S. Army, I'm grateful for the time that I went in. I'm saying I was able to learn a lot of things, and I'm saying, but it's one of those things where we don't understand. I'm saying, like, they really tell you to embrace the suck. I'm saying when you go out on tour, or you go out on you know, saying mission, or whatever the case may be, when you come back, you have to see a psychologist. You know what I'm saying, to make sure to get a psyche eval.
They call
Make
it
sure you're
debriefing.
good. You know what I mean? You need to make sure that how you're good, like to get back into the world. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, if you've been out so many times, you know what to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you know how to manipulate the
Yeah,
system.
you know how to manipulate it. So when talking to my therapist or whatever, my actual therapist outside the military, saying he was
The one
like,
that ain't your barber.
yeah, the one that's not my barber.
Right.
You know, he was telling me, he was like, hey, like, have you ever witnessed someone get killed? Yeah. Okay, for sure. Have you ever witnessed someone close to you? And I was like, why are you asking me this? Because he's also my wife's therapist. So he was like, well, your wife is giving me some examples of how you're acting at home, yada, yada, yada. And I just want to know. And I'm like, okay, yeah, someone close to me has been murdered. I'm saying, like, on the civilian side as well as the military side. I've lost them both. And he tried to get me to, he had me explain the situation with the military side. And that story is in the news. You know what I'm saying? Public record. You can find it. I'm saying, my buddy, one of my battles, it wasn't even my battle. He was under me. I'm saying, he was part of my squad. I was his squad leader. And he told me, he was like, yo, somebody's trying to kill me. And I'm like, shut up.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
People out here?
And he was like, no, SARS, like, for real, like, somebody's trying to kill me. And I'm like, all right, like, yo, I got to go down. You know what I'm saying, when I get back, we'll talk about it. That was, we had just came out the field. That was a Sunday. I was like, yo, I'll be back here on Tuesday. He was like, okay, cool. When you come back, we'll talk about it. Monday, he called me. He was like, yo, I'm going to Bible study. Cool. I'm saying, who you going to Bible study with? And he told me who he's his best friend. Cool. I'm saying, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll talk to you. Never got to have that conversation. When he came out of Bible study, somebody pulled up on him, shot him. I'm saying, killed him.
Wow.
I'm saying, and when I came back up, I'm saying, my staff sergeant was like, hey, you okay? And I was like, what happened? And they were like, you didn't get the word? Nobody called you? Like, nah. Yo, Yarborough, they found him dead. What? Outside of the thing. And I was just like, yo, like, how do we come home? You know what I'm saying?
From battle.
And die. You know what I mean? So that weighed on me a lot. We had PT that week. Yeah, I was like, we had PT, our testing. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm saying, I withdrew. So I got in trouble for it, but I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I was sick to my stomach because I was like, I could have talked to him that day, right when he was trying to talk to me.
Right.
And he never, but I was like, yo, I'll be back Tuesday because I got to go. I'm saying, but I'm going to talk to you because you tripping right now. And not having that conversation really messed with me. I'm saying, and then my therapist was like, yo, you're suffering from PTSD right now. And I'm like, shut up.
Right.
Like,
Nobody
So
shot at me.
you feel like you taking a little bit of the blame for what happened to him?
absolutely.
But you know what? The fact of the matter is, you having that conversation wasn't going to change the intent of somebody else.
No, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? However, so to give some more context, the person that killed him was his best friend.
The guy he went to Bible study with.
The guy he was at Bible study with.
Do you think that you would have been able to detect that from the conversation?
I feel like I would have taken it to our command because he got shot at. Come to find out, he was at his house one day. He got shot at while he was in his driveway. I'm saying he was sitting in his car. Somebody shot. The bullets hit the radiator, messed up his car. Then somebody ran up in his house, ransacked his house. I'm saying did all that, and it was all these things that was leading up to it, and that's what he was trying to tell me. Like, yo, there's stuff that's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, why didn't he tell? Like afterwards, people started coming for it. Yeah, he had told me, but it was like, people in the same rank as him. So nobody in the higher rank was like, yo, something happened. Like this is something, someone's targeting you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're trained for this type of stuff. You should be able to identify this. But he wasn't thinking of it on, you're home. We're here. You know what I'm saying? We're stateside. So, but yeah, man, that's that. I feel like could I have changed the outcome? God alone knows. But I would have definitely shot it up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? I would have went to the captain, like, yo, somebody's trying to take him out.
Yeah.
So how many days later after you guys talked did he die?
I talked to him. We came out the field Sunday. He got shot Monday night.
So
Yeah.
horrible thing that happened, but I just want you to know there's not really nothing to put on yourself.
No.
Because you were too busy to talk about it.
And that's the thing. Like it didn't weigh on me until like got in therapy. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time actually ever talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Once I went into therapy and just, my therapist doing their due diligence and was like, yo, something's going on. And my wife had mentioned like, yo, he's seen a lot. You know what I'm saying? He been in the streets, he been in, you know what I'm saying? And, just last year, my other homeboy got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like,
So
having those conversations is tough conversations, man.
how do you let that out outside of therapy?
I have a supportive system. You know what I'm saying? I talk to my, one of my good friends. I talk to my wife. You know what I'm saying? But really and truly, like, I really just pray about it. You know what I'm saying? I talk to God all the time, like every day. Whenever I do think about them, you know what I'm saying, Yarbrough, KG, Joe, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I start thinking about them, I got to go to God with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, I'm hurting right now. You know what I'm saying? Even talking about it right now is like,
So do you cry?
hard. Oh, for sure, bro. I ain't too much of a man to cry. You know what I mean? Like,
But when did you get to that point where you realized that it was okay to cry?
I was in my like 30s.
Think about that.
Yeah, I was like in my
And
late
that-
30s.
And that's pretty late to realize
Yeah.
that it's okay to cry, right?
Bro, like my grandfather died in 2009. I didn't cry at the funeral. I'm saying everybody was looking at me like, yo, you okay? Like, we know what your grandfather meant to you. Yeah. I'm saying, didn't cry. Because it was just like, for me, I was like, yo, like, no, I'm not going to cry. And
be society. That's that stigmatism they put on you. Like, real men don't cry.
yeah.
But it's one of those things that like, I didn't start crying until I was like fully surrendered to God.
Exactly.
Once I fully surrendered, then it was easy for me to do it.
So when was the last time you cried?
2 days ago. Well, no, probably this morning. Not a bad one, but
You got a little misty-eyed?
no, I was in church. So if like for people that that serve and go to church, when God be moving in the room and when it fall on you, it fall on you. It can be a song or just being thankful for His grace and mercy at times, and you realize like you shouldn't really be here. And it dawned on you like, man, like I'm still here after all that I've been through.
Do you feel like it's like opening up?
Yeah, because it makes it for me. It makes it easier now because my perception of people has changed. I stop expecting.
Got you.
Then that way, what I mean by I stop expecting people to treat me the same way.
So, also, when you cry, do you feel a little lighter? Does it feel
Yeah,
like it takes some
I feel a
stress off?
whole lot better
Yeah.
every time. That's why I don't mind crying. Like if I'm in prayer and I'm crying, I'll be like, "Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you," because it makes it so much easier to where if I didn't cry, I'll be carrying that weight for the whole day.
Yep.
Then if somebody knock over my milk, just an analogy, knock over my milk, then that'd be the light switch and make me go off or get angry or go into go onto another road I don't have no business being on.
So it's a good way to just go ahead and let some of that stress out.
Yeah.
So sometimes we walking around because we too tough to cry. We're putting more stress on ourselves, which can physically hurt you also.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
You know, that's what causes high blood pressure.
I do want to ask the audience something though. I'm saying, like I asked you just now, is it opening up? And my question to the audience is, how do you start opening up if you've never done it before? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what does that look like? Trust.
what does that look like? You know what I'm saying?
Being able
Like,
to trust the person that you're talking to. Because for years my wife was like, for men, when you dating or you're in a relationship, it's like pulling teeth. Your girl or your
talk to me.
Talk to me.
Tell
You
me
tell me
something.
something.
Tell me
Yeah.
something.
So they be at you and you be like, you hit them with the one word answers. They like, you be up all night, lights on, 2:00 in the morning. They want to have that conversation. All men, you should know what I'm talking about. If you came home and them lights was on, and she was sitting on that bed, like, yeah, y'all finna have that talk, bro. It's finna be one of those nights. Yeah, all nighters. Like, she gonna get out what she wanted. Period. So, and I had to deal with that, and I never understood it. My wife was like, you don't say nothing. Like, I'm giving you. It's all I got.
You know me.
Yeah.
You know me.
But then they be wanting more in depth into detail of what's really bothering us at times, and we give them what my pastor say, give me the baby, keep the labor pains. So get to it, give me the meat. And sometimes we try to get them the meat, but they don't want the meat, they want the labor pains too.
Want the rhythm without the blues.
Yeah. That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah. Definitely, this was a great conversation. I really hope that somebody out there watching gets to look up here and see that, these are all grown men with different experiences. Just regular people just like you. Whatever it is that you're going through, it's okay to find a circle.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
okay to find a way to vent. Somebody might not be able to have the insurance or the ability to go get counseling.
Sure.
But there could be somebody in your circle. Find somebody in your circle, male or female, whoever it is. Preferably a male. But find somebody in your circle that you can come and you can actually talk to about this.
Yeah.
Earlier we started off the episode and Sharon was saying how he thought about being suicidal. So I just want to say this. There's a quote that says, don't make a permanent decision based off of a temporary situation.
Absolutely.
Right?
Good one.
So, thank you for watching this episode of A Table of Bethesda. I'm Brandon.
I am Sharon.
And I am Zane.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.